Hello everybody, my name is Erit and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I will be teaching you how to make a little Christmas tree out of clay. This can be used for decor, or if you want to give someone a handmade gift, then this is perfect. So let's go ahead and start by cutting some clay off. I will be using Sculpey clay because that's my preference. However, you can use whatever type of clay you want. I know that air dry clay is very popular right now. You'll need to shape the piece of clay you cut into 3 portions for the tree. Divide the clay into 3 balls, one small, one medium, and one large, just like a snowman. Taking the biggest ball of clay, we are going to shape it into a rounded pancake. Once you have the basic shape, we can start adding volume to the layer. Take a piece of scrap clay and roll it into a ball. Place it in the middle of the layer, then gently smooth out the edges to blend it in. Continue smoothing it out until you are happy with it. Once everything is smoothed out, you can start pinching the edges of the clay to gently create little grooves all around. The shape should look something like this. Taking the medium-sized ball of clay, we're gonna go ahead and do the same process. And I actually made a mistake and forgot to add the volume part before pinching the grooves, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Ideally, you want to do the little volume part before pinching the grooves just because it does make it easier, but if you're like me and made a mistake, it's okay, you can add it later. I went ahead and worked on the last layer using the same techniques. This is when I realized that I forgot the little volume part, and so now I'm just working on it. And as you can see, it's a little bit harder to blend out the edges just because everything is formed, so you just have to be a little bit more careful. For the top of the layer, let's make it a little bit more pointier. So we're gonna take a scrap piece of clay and form it into a little bit of a cone shape. Then carefully blend it out with your fingers. It should look something like this. To help keep the layers in place, I will be using a toothpick with one end of it cut off. Make sure that it will go through all the layers, then you can gently press it through. If you're using a toothpick like me, make sure that the pointy side is exposed and not the other way around. Now we are going to make the little star for the tree. Start by rolling the piece of clay and then flatten it just a little bit. Then go ahead and start pinching the edges of the clay. However, make sure you only pinch 5 times to create that iconic star look. If you happen to have a clay cutter, you can use that. Don't forget to put the star on top of the toothpick to create a little hole at the bottom. Now we can move on to making the ornaments. For this, I will be using this mold, and if you don't have it, then don't worry about it. All you have to do is take a pinch of clay and roll it into a ball, and there you have it. The number of ornaments you need to make depends on how many points your tree has. For example, my tree has 20 points, so I will be making 20 ornaments to match that. Before baking, I made sure to place each ornament on the edges just to make sure that I made enough and didn't miss any. Now you have 2 options. You can assemble everything together and bake it all at once, or you can bake the smaller pieces separately from the tree. For the ornaments and the star, I baked them at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes, and I baked the tree for an additional 15 minutes, so in total 30 minutes. Be sure to check the baking instructions on your clay packaging, as baking times and temperatures may vary. And if you're using air dry clay, you don't need to bake it. The reason why I decided to bake everything separately is so I can paint them more easily. And for the paints, I will be using acrylic paint because it dries super fast and it's very easy to use. I even used some glitter nail polish to cover some of the ornaments and the star. Once everything was painted, I used some Mod Podge to cover everything. Now that everything is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this tree using a glue gun. This was by far my favorite step, and it's very relaxing to do. So just go ahead and decorate your tree however you like. Once you're done decorating, you have a little cute Christmas tree. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you would like to see in the future, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, check out my Etsy shop for some cute goodies. But that's about it. Bye!